Doug Smith, Duane Plapp, who I affectionately call Papa Plapp. We're back, another RGA Weekly Webinar. In this one, Duane, I flew back from Florida last night, and I was excited to be able to bring this topic to you. It's a topic we've talked about before, but I specifically did something that I thought would make you exceptionally proud because I had a little Duane sitting on my shoulder. I was down in Florida, met with some clients, worked with one of our sales guys down there, doing some prospecting and, coaching, everything else. But we went to dinner Tuesday night, and one of the meetings we had Tuesday was with a catering company that we work with, and we're trying to get into all the other franchises. Well, our sales guy's wife is a manager for Lowe's. And off the cuff, she goes, "Oh, catering. Well, by the way, Lowe's does catering." And she rattled off a couple ideas, and I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. She has no idea what she just said. So I take that information. I sent out an email to all of these franchises who, I've been working to get back in front of as a valid business reason touch point. I wanted to offer something, not the typical, "Hey, how are you doing? How's business?" All that crap. My email open rate is over 90%, and I've had a handful of them go, "Hey, by the way, you know what? Thanks for the information, and I'd like to talk to you about what you're doing for the location down in Charleston." So, great. Well, we also work with a major pizza chain. They do catering. I'm firing off right now. I can look at my email right now. The email open rate is through the roof, and I'm getting people replying back saying, "Thank you, thank you." So this all comes back to what you always say. Keep your radar open. Always be on the lookout for something. A comment that his wife said just off the cuff has turned into a great touch point where email open rates are high. And now guess what I can do when I pick up the phone and call them as a follow-up next week? I've got a valid business reason. So thank you for being little Duane on my shoulder.
Well, I've said this a million times, and I've even done several speeches on it. Keep your antennas open, up, okay? Pay attention. I told my sales guys when we had our retail store and when I had my insurance business, guys, you can double or triple your sales just by paying attention. I mean, if you got your antennas up, there's so many opportunities, and it's unbelievable. And I've told this story a million times. Probably one of the best of all time for me was Matt and I and Sam and Lorinda were on our way to Chicago, and we stopped at a Denny's up in by just north of Indianapolis, and we're sitting there talking, and all of a sudden some guy behind me goes, "I'm looking for a yacht." Well, the word yacht, I'm in the boat business. The yacht almost makes me go nuts. So I turn around and say, "I heard the word yacht." The guy says, "Yeah." He said, "I'm looking for a yacht." He said, "What kind of yacht you want?" He said, "What about a 45-foot car for?" I says, "I got 2 in stock." He says, "You got to be kidding me." "No, I got 2 in stock. You want one?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "I'll be down." I got a race this week in Indianapolis. Ironically enough, he was Sam Furnish's owner when Sam Furnish was a rookie when he won to Indianapolis 500, and he was the rookie that year. And this guy owned the car, and he showed up 2 weeks later, bought a $400,000 yacht just off the word, "Hey, I heard a yacht from behind me." Hello.
It's important.
Just keep your antennas up, baby.
Well, and it's important now because the COVID restrictions are going away. States are reopening. Masks are going away. Events are starting to happen. Networking events, chamber events, social gatherings. And if you're there, again, strategically, you think ahead. But if you keep your ears open, because now you're not sitting in front of a Zoom anymore, you're back out in it. And if people over the last 12 months, maybe they've had, networking atrophy, if you will, where they've kind of forgotten some of the basics. That's basic number one, is you're back out in the crowds. Keep your ears open. Keep your antennas up.
And even if you're on Zoom, I mean, I've picked up all kinds of stuff just on Zoom. If you're listening to some of the conversation in the background or some of the conversation going on, people have a tendency to talk. And if you're listening, guess what? God made 2 ears, 1 mouth for one reason, so you can listen. And if you're listening and paying attention, it's amazing. The other thing, too, is this, okay? People want to be noticed. We were talking a minute ago. I always use an expression. Why do guys wear crazy socks? To be noticed.
Mm-hmm.
Pay attention. Because if they got a crazy sock, it's a hell of a way to get a conversation started. People wear strange things just so they can be noticed. If they're trying to be noticed, let them be noticed. pay attention. Pay attention to what's going on around you. It's unbelievable. If you just, I mean, you can double, triple your business just from paying attention. It's amazing.
It's funny you talk about the socks. Back in my radio sales days, I was known for my ties. I had singing ties. I had ties that blink. I had ties for every holiday. And in July, every day in July, I'd wear a Christmas tie. There's always the Christmas in July stuff. When it's 92 degrees and 80% humidity in Cincinnati, and here comes an idiot wearing a Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer tie that I push the button and it's singing as I walk in, they remember me.
I've always wore crazy sports coats. I got a hat on. I got a Payne Stewart hat on today. I'm always doing something different. And the reason why is I like to be noticed as well. And the more you're noticed, now all of a sudden, guess what? The more I'm noticed, the more top of mind I am too. Because now all of a sudden, guess what? I'm top of mind, which is what it was a discussion I'm going to be having on Monday with my webinar is, okay, how do you create business from current clients? Is basically one of the key things is be top of mind, be noticed. Get it so you're forcing people to put their antennas up. Cha-ching, baby! I got mine on. I got mine on.
Wearing this right here, this color is the biggest thing that everywhere you go, I show up at a chamber thing and it's like, boy, you're easy to spot. And I just sit there and I go, you don't even know what you just said, but you just reaffirmed everything we do.
Exactly. And it was Matt's car. Okay. One of my neighbors just went over yesterday and bought a desk and a cabinet or a bookcase from Matt yesterday. And the first thing he got home was says, you aren't going to believe his car. He's got an orange car. I mean, and he's got 3 kids with him and they're going nuts. Apparently Matt took a picture with him with the car, it's sitting in the car or something. And they were over our house as soon as they got home going, my God, Mr. Platt, you aren't going to believe what happened. Guess what? It's all part of keeping your hand, making people, in some cases, okay, for a top of mind, maybe it's making people's antennas stand up.
Yep.
Because now I want to have my antennas up, but maybe I'm making everybody else have theirs up at things that I do. I create the antennas. Yep. And it's huge. Like your 92% open rate, that's home run derby.
That's
unheard of. Unheard of.
And as I'm looking at my screen, there have been 5 more emails that I sent out to the pizza chain that have been opened. 2 of them have clicked the link in my signature. So now I know when I call, now I know what they've watched. I know that they've opened it. But, especially when people go, oh, picking up the phone, oh, calling. Well, now I'm going to pick up the phone and call, and I've got something very specific. And if I'm the guy that gave them an idea that could possibly help them get revenue, do you think they might take my call?
Well, it brings up another thought. I've always been known when I had my insurance business. I had guys that actually had one guy who wanted to buy my agency, wanted to hire me and merge my agency. He says, Duane, you're the #1 idea guy I've ever met. He says, you always got ideas. Well, guess what? If you got ideas, people listen, especially if they can help, if it helps them grow their business. You're forcing them again to get their antennas up. 92% open rate. Hello, baby. I mean, if you're out there and you got a 92% open rate, raise your hand, baby, because I guarantee you there ain't too many of them. I hear guys saying, my God, I had a 10% open rate. That's fantastic. Yeah, right. 92%, baby. That tells you something.
Yep. So
the antennas are up at the old Doug-a-Rooney.
So thank you for being on my shoulder while I was down basking in the warm sunshine of Fort Myers, Sarasota, and Tampa this past week.
Thanks a lot, baby.
Hey, not a problem. I was thinking of you. So, well, cool. Great insight. I appreciate it. You and Mama Plapp have a good weekend. It's going to be warm and sunny. Cruise that golf cart and go have fun.
I'm going downstairs to get my fishing pole ready and go do a little fishing on the pontoon boat.
That sounds good. You have a good weekend. I'll see you next week, sir.
All right. Bye-bye now.
Bye.